ice and I ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Fell in love with an island girl. Yeah. I told her only time will tell.
She likes to ride in the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Man, I can't trust myself. I don't even need no help. Did it by myself, I don't need no help. Tryna stack money like books on the shelf.
Hundreds in the bag, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hot sun in the summer on the sand. Way she's working for it, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hot sun in the summer on the sand.
Did it by myself like a selfie. Nobody try to help me. Came to the club with an island girl. I'ma take it to the crib and let me buy you pearls.
Did it by myself, no one help me, yeah. Now these bitches want a selfie. I like big gold chains, I like big gold rings. Let me take it to the crib and let me buy you things.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time will tell.
She likes to ride in the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Did it by myself like a selfie, yeah. Nobody try to help me, yeah.
She likes the ice and I ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell. Big dog status, two-tone paddock.
Okay.
Stacks in the crib, I got a two-floor attic.
Got a two-floor attic, got your girl in the attic. But I'ma bring her right back, dude, don't panic, I'm savage. And nigga, if it's beef, we can manage.
I know a couple guys who walk around with automatics. I got big dog status, I ain't playing, I ain't average. I'ma leave you hitting static, I'ma leave you hitting static.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time we tell.
She likes the ice and I ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Fell in love with an island girl. Yeah. I told her only time will tell.
She likes to ride in the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Take note.
Tino, babe.
Yo, Tino, he'll get his dome pop. Satin blue on his whip, but he ain't no cop. Don't stop, spray up his motor till it smokes up. Cause what I bought for insurance, I have it wrote off, you joker. Suck on your mum and take note, cause the foreign ring up in his grill. Like grandma stovetop, don't flop. Fuck up the game, like this was Roblox. Oh gunner, running this field, I'm for your walk up. Drum roll, load up a cannon and give her more shots. I put your face on a beam, now you're Zordon. Treat you like an old sketchbook, you'll get drawn on. I lead your girl from the back, I'm that raw blood. Wait, who the fuck feels they could do me something? I'll roll up in your ends with a toolie busting. 32 ugly as shit, like Miss Rooney's husband. Somebody cut me a deal, I'm just too disgusting. Niggas think they next in line, but they ain't doing nothing. Mask on, metal in hand, Freddy Krueger's coming. Tools all up in your home, I'm here to fix the plumbing. House blown, toaster run, leak gas from your oven. Diol on your girlfriend's face, and she best get to sucking. Head game resemble my dad, cause it was good for nothing. Yeah, I'm still vegan, but I'm down for beef. Niggas think they slick with a dialect, but talk is cheap. Watch your mouth, little nigga, because I roll with heat. Top said there's no returns, and I see no receipt. I put your boy in the back, like he was groceries. Riding round with the burner boy in case I find any extendo. Licking off shots until it overheats. No mask, did it barefaced, just so they know it's me. Eyes closed, chest wide open, heart surgery. Usher said just let it burn, let's make it third degree. Niggas think everything's jokes until you shoot his queen. Shot was funny as shit, it barely missed the beam. Wax on, then wax off to leave the burner clean. Then open up the Uber app to flee the murder scene. Waving a stick will make them levitate. I raise a toast in the air, let's celebrate. See a couple holding a blade, like it's wedding day. And yous can leave with a slash, just like wedding cake. Bitches on snap in the snacks, oh no you ain't, know your place. Word to flawless, you look like bellyache. Beat my dick all off in the face, and let it detonate. All facts, just ask your mum, she'll demonstrate. Damn right babes, I'm a jerk, just let it marinate. I gave it a beat like I was Penfold. And some retarded head, my tongue's mental. Babes, if you died and you died, cause you was meant to. Nigga, all I do is draw, I'm a pencil. Run up on you niggas like the rent's due. Dude, screwed, if I see food, you're on the menu. Your homies have to find the Dragon Balls to resurrect you. Fuck it, you niggas can all hate. I'm better than all of you niggas I don't rate. If your girl's fit, 4+4, she'll get 8. I'm a chiropractor back, just setting them all straight. Scorps, take note.
Yes, people. Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we answer sporting questions from the chat regarding Champions League if it's midweek, Premier League if it's weekend. Sometimes it's a crossover of both. Of course, Champions League games have gone on today and yesterday as well. Florian Wirtz gets his first GNA for Liverpool going back to Germany as he got 2 assists as Liverpool packed up Frankfurt 5-1 over there. Speaking of 5, Chelsea put 5 past Ajax. Continuing on the English front as well, Tottenham Hotspur fans are not happy. I've seen it on my timeline, speaking to Jez as well. Not happy about Spurs' performances under Thomas Frank. So I'm sure a lot of the questions will be about that as well. So whether it's Liverpool, whether it's Chelsea, whether it's Tottenham Hotspur, whether it's something else you want to ask about, people, feel free to get your questions in. If you're a member of the channel, your question takes priority like a super chat as well, people. So if you're a member of the channel, your question takes priority like a super chat. Of course, if you're kind enough to super chat, we'll also get to your question as well. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. But hit the like button on the video. Make sure when you enter the city of sarcasm, you pay the tax, people. You pay the tax. Hit the like button on the video. Share it out across all the socials and hit the subscribe button as well. Shout out to Don C, Sancott, Crypto in the cut as well. The first tune was Jody featuring J North. Island Girls, the track. I'm gonna drop that. I need to add the link underneath in the description actually. Then the second tune is my boy Scorps. Obviously, he's one of the members of Take Note. That's the click that was in. There was 3 of us. That tune is just a freestyle. So shout out to Jody. Shout out to J North. And of course, big up to my brother Scorps as well. But let's get on into the show also. Yes, Jez, what are you telling me, man? You good?
Hey, man. What are you saying, man?
I'm blessed, man. You good and everything, yeah? What are you saying?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good, man.
Yeah. Calm. What you lot saying in the chat? Big up to Tyrell. Like I said, big up Vic and Crypto again, Sanko, Don C, etc. I'll drop the links in the chat in a second, Don C. The second tune, Scorps, that's just the unreleased freestyle. I don't know what you know what? I might have to make him do a video for it just because the tune's that fire. I'm not gonna lie, the tune's that cold. But the first one that you can actually find is out on YouTube and Spotify, everywhere else as well. But you know what, Jess? We'll start with you. We weren't gonna start here, but let's start with you, Spurs.
Yeah.
I know you didn't watch the game, but what is Frank not doing? Talk us through it. Why? Where do you think the outcry? Like, what's going wrong? Let us know.
Holy shit! Where should I begin? Because there's a lot. Because it's just everything pretty much that obviously you asked me obviously since there's probably people that don't know what's actually going on in Tottenham. Because when you actually go based off the results, basically, if you go based on the results alone, and where we are also the Champions League table, where we are actually just overall this season, you would actually not think that we are this bad, innit? Like, I think we are 6th in the Premier League. If we would have won last weekend, we would have been 2nd in the Premier League.
That's crazy to me, when someone told me that. Go on.
Yeah, it was me. It was me that told you that.
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I remember because I was saying like how imagine the narrative if we would have beaten Villa and gone 2nd, and look at where we are now, midway through the season, and look at where we are in the season now, and the way people are speaking, which goes back to what always I've been saying. A lot of Spurs fans lied to themselves. Because it was a good period. It was a good period. The team not even a good period. In my opinion, it wasn't a good period. In my opinion, it wasn't a good period. It was just we was winning football matches. This was it. I don't even think we had a new manager bounce, to be honest. Like when you play that bad, as I always thought we was, that's not a new like for me at least new manager bounce. Like remember when I said earlier on the watch along how under Conte, even though everybody knows my thoughts about Conte, the beginning of Conte was actually really good. The beginning of his era. At least in his first full season, I remember still having crash outs about him and when he came in. But with Frank, there's just so much wrong where this is like worth a whole video. Because you know how critical I've been of Frank since the preseason.
Yes.
I've been saying the whole time how I'm not happy of what I'm seeing, how logically doesn't make sense. And the best way to really describe it, he still thinks, and this is what I've been saying for the longest, he still thinks this is Brentford. He still thinks that he has Bremo and Vissa here. he still thinks that he has Jensen and Yamilanko and Damska as the midfield three. He still thinks that he has Coyote, Lewis Potter, Nathan Collins, and who else? Who else is the other centre back? Oh, shit, I forgot the other centre back. But you get the point. He still thinks so.
He still thinks he has yeah.
So what I mean with he still thinks he's at Brentford. He is literally just doing what did at Brentford. But the difference between Tottenham and Brentford, what I always keep saying is, teams do not treat Brentford like they treat Tottenham. They do not. It's a different level of pressure coming from. It's a and I know Eddie was laughing when I said this time ago, and when everybody in the chat was saying, "Jess, you wilding. Why are you on John's case? You're winning football matches. You just won Angeberg." And all of a sudden, I'm seeing everybody on my side all of a sudden, and I'm like, hold on a second.
The change around is crazy. People, I see everyone talking about all down my timeline. I see multiple Spurs fans talking about how bad the football is. Not even necessarily the results. Talking about the football, but go on, carry on.
Yeah, but and I've been saying this. And I tweeted this earlier. I'm confused what Spurs fans are mad. This is how we've been playing the whole time. Outside PSG and Man City, we had not had a single decent performance all year, in my opinion, all season. And we are like, and this includes preseason. I don't even think we look good in preseason. And remember when we had the one Spurs United show, when people was getting at me saying in the chat, for how Jess has only been 5 games at the time. No, it was if you include preseason, it was 7 and 12 games. And people was trying to call me out saying how, Jess, why are you so harsh? Because 12 games is enough. Preseason is enough to always give me maybe because I viewed the game differently. And maybe because I put a bit more effort from the tactical side. And I can immediately tell, no, these things is not gonna work. This thing is not gonna work. Like I put a lot of pride when it comes to these type of things when I speak football. And I'm not surprised what I'm seeing. That's why I'm not even like on the. That's why I'm not even like if you had a different Spurs fan on here, you probably would have a different Spurs fan right now going crazy right now. But the reason why I'm so calm is because this is the norm. But this is the issue. The issue is the reason why I'm having a struggle to explain myself is because I explain myself too much now.
Yeah, this is more so for like, because I know, obviously, I know, but this is for more so for people who may not be
don't know.
Or people who are now only seeing other Spurs fans crashing out or being critical, with the results also going the opposite way as well. Because there's now been a lack of wins.
Yeah, and this is the problem, innit? Even though it's the fact, it's because I talk so much about it, and the amount of clapback I used to get from people, I'm tired kind of speaking about it now. You know what I mean? So it's like it's hard for me to really speak, but I try my best. So
I get it.
What was one of my main issues? One of my main issues is his lineups. I could actually tell a lie. I tell a lie. One of my main issues was the player profiles that he was chasing in the summer. And I had this debate yesterday. I've been having this debate since preseason. Padinha is not a good signing for me. I don't care that he is playing well in isolation, because I keep saying this. In isolation, Padinha is not a bad player, in my opinion. He does what he does best, running around, hurting people, and kicking chins. But he is good at it. He is good at that. I never disagree with that. But people seem to think that just because he's doing his in isolation, just because he's playing well, doesn't mean that he's actually a benefit for the team. He is not. I keep trying to explain this to people. Name me a top team that has a Padinha in the team, a Padinha type of profile in the team. Bayern Munich just got rid of him, and look at how Bayern Munich been moving all season long.
Yeah.
And it's not to say this is only because they have also made a couple of changes. Harry Kane is playing his best football in years. There's a lot of factors to play into why Bayern Munich play. But one of the key aspects is that the thing of company not having to force Padinha down because he wasn't in favor no more. So he can now play he can play at midfield where Yeah, there's guys who can defensively contribute, but there's many ways how you can defend. You can defend by keeping the ball.
True.
You can defend by keeping the ball. And look at how and this is the worst part. And when you look at Brentford's teams, most times you don't expect Brentford to have. How many times do you when Brentford goes into any game? How many times are Brentford last season were expected to go and win the game? If you were just a betting man,
are you right? Like it's the onus is not on Brentford to go and do these things. Big ups there in the club as well. Hope you're blessed here.
Big ups here. But so when I spoke about how teams do not treat Tottenham like they treat Brentford, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So you can get away with the type of profiles you were running with at Brentford, with the Jensens and Yarmolenkos and Norgards. You can get away with this. At Tottenham, you can't get away with it. Obviously, me and Vikram was debating earlier how if Spurs had better attackers, Spurs would do better. I disagree. Because last season, we had a worse attack than this season. Yet, our attack last season was at least above average. Now it's terrible. And the whole myth about Thomas Frank being an amazing defensive coach. Did you know this was Monaco's first clean sheet this season?
Mad.
They can rate. By the way, they had. I said it earlier in the stream. They had 23 shots this season. This game. This is the second most Spurs has ever faced. This is the second most Spurs has ever faced in a Champions League game. Guess who was number one? Sia will probably know. Bayern Munich in 2019 when we was getting 7-2.
Yep.
But we're talking about Bayern Munich who ended up winning the Champions League and Monaco, who are an Europa League level side. And you saying 23 shots, and after the game, the guy had an audacity, and Jacob make a good point in my timeline. This guy had the audacity to say how he tried to justify a loss against Villa to justify why it was okay that we held 23 shots against Monaco, because Villa only had 8 shots and they beat us 2-1, but we drew 0-0. And so you try to justify this result with a loss.
Crazy.
So this is one of, for us, the problem is there's way too much that this is generally something that deserves like his own section. This is something that this is a conversation where we have to have it on the Man United Spurs show, because I feel like there's just so much that I have spoken about. There's so much I have spoken about where honestly it will take me a lot of time off the stream alone. I want to go obviously and watch some NBA while I'm on the Q&A as well. So because it's literally about to tip off. So I'm still gonna be here and obviously take part of this, but also gonna have NBA on the side. That's why
the game tip off soon.
For me, honestly, this is like people. Honestly, if you have questions about Spurs on why we are in the situation where we are, you have to tune into the Man United Spurs show, which we're gonna have probably this week, right?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Well, definitely. Since you said that to me, we'll pattern something and sort something out.
And the problem is, before you ask me the question,
ask a good question.
Before you ask the question,
and then we'll get
before you ask the question, and this is the problem now. I've been saying this to you the longest, Flawless. I think this November period is going to be tough for Thomas Frank. And I think this is where you're going to see Spurs fans completely turn and say he's out of here. Because I'm looking at our November fixtures, and I generally think he only wins one game.
Yeah, you have Arsenal before.
So we play Everton away next. Then we play Newcastle in the EFL Cup away. Then we play Chelsea. This is the first game in November. We play at home against Chelsea. Then we play at home against Copenhagen, which I think is the only game that we win. And I'm not even 100% sure. Then we have an early kickoff versus Man United. Then after Man United, we play Arsenal away. Then we play PSG away. Then we play Fulham at home. And then the first game in December is Newcastle away again. That period right there where I predict Frank will be either under heavy pressure or he will be sacked. But you say what's your question?
No, I was gonna ask you like, what is the problem with Palhinha this season? Because for me, you're gonna be shocked. I actually wanted to keep him.
Yeah. Now,
because I understand company doesn't like the fact that he is defensively. Actually, doesn't like that he can't keep the ball. I know that 100%. Trust me.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I feel like for knockout games, you're gonna need a Palhinha to get you out of it at times. Especially when you're like, example, when we played against you this weekend, you know, and you were pegging us back, like could have used with a Palhinha that game.
Mm.
Like, that's just how
See, and this is the beauty about having Palhinha. This is what literally I think before you just joined when I was speaking of Palhinha. In isolation, I don't think Palhinha is a bad player, and I think if he was a squad option, there's no problems. You bring him in for certain games, like you said, knockout stages, versus the big games against. You saw him against PSG and you saw him against Man City. He was class.
Yeah.
But the issue is not only is Frank using him every single game. It doesn't matter if we play Burnley. No, sorry, we didn't even play, but it doesn't matter if we play Wolves or if we play whoever you think is the best team in the world. It doesn't matter. He's playing him every single time. And the other issue is to make it worse, he pairs him with Bentancur. It's not like you have a really progressive player next to, because the thing is, what you want to do with a Palhinha, at least, if you're gonna have him in, if you want to start Palhinha, fine, but you need to have somebody who can progress the ball, who can carry the ball, who's the technical level somebody who doesn't
press resistant,
raises the technical bar of the midfield. But the issue is he's playing Bentancur next to him, so you have two guys who legit only at best can make only a sideways pass in your pivot. This is the problem. This is why I sit here and say, in isolation, you can say Palhinha has good games in isolation, but there's a reason why company wasn't trying to get him. There's a reason why so many top teams didn't try to get him, because the reality is top teams do not employ profiles like Palhinha. They may have him in the squad, like you said. You wanted to keep him in the squad, but you didn't want to have him as a starting player.
Yeah. For me, it was just keep him in the squad. Yeah,
exactly. And this is the problem. At Spurs, we try to make him a starter, which is fine. But the problem now is that we trying to have Palhinha starting in a possession-based system because most teams that we play against sit back. But at Brentford, most teams would actually try to attack Brentford. So having Palhinha starting in a Brentford makes sense. But having Palhinha starting in a Tottenham doesn't make sense to me. He is too basic of a footballer, in my opinion. Too basic.
Yeah, but Thomas Frank is a defensive manager. I think that's why, obviously, he.
But this the problem, Sir. If that is the case, why not trying to play in a counter-attacking system then? If people watch us, we do not even play a counter-attacking system. I don't know what we play. It's just long ball. And then trying to win the ball back in a 50-50 and then get our. This is how we get into the. Close. You saw the screenshot that I sent you earlier.
The screenshot you sent me was crazy. I can't lie. Yeah. That screenshot
was our pivot and our back four is in our own half, and the front four is in the opposition's half, and there's a big ass hole in the middle.
Yeah, okay, that's
you cannot progress the ball forward like this. And then to make it worse, okay, you have the two guys in the pivot and the 4 center backs. Cool. Then you say you want to play out of the back. Then you're telling me you want to play out of the back with no progressive passer in the midfield or in the center back position. And then I'm seeing people trying to blame Pro for losing the ball when Pro is our only passer in the team, let alone the back line. The whole team Pro is our best passer. How is it possible that my right back is the best passer in the starting lineup?
Yeah, that's
and this is where I'm on the side where Spurs don't have great attackers. In isolations, I don't think we have a great attacking them. But what did you say, Flawless, last season many times before when you used us as an example? How come that Ange was able to get Spurs still scoring goals regardless of not having a great attack? Facts. Because he's putting the players in a position to score goals. This is why. No, but the issue with Ange is he completely forget to the defense side of the sport. And I said it earlier in the group chat. where it's funny because CS has said it. CS has said it. Thomas Frank is a defensive manager. But this is the funny part about it. We were an above average attack, and now we are horrible at attack. We went from a horrible attack, we went from a horrible defense last season to the mediocre defense. So he didn't even make us an above average defense. He made us a mediocre defense. Because the reality, we don't even keep clean sheets. By the way, this was our first clean sheet since over a month now.
Jesus Christ.
So when you put, if you put it, and then the team, and then when you actually put into perspective who we was even keeping clean sheets against, it puts it into perspective. Hold on, like let me get this because I literally got it literally right here. These are the teams that we was keeping clean sheets against. Oh, okay. The only team here respectable I look and say is Man City. But then again, we always beat Man City. This is not nothing new. We beat Man City last season away 4-0. Away. By the way, as well. So the only teams that we also at Man City, the only teams that we kept clean sheet against were Burnley, West Ham, Villarreal, and Doncaster. Yet he's a defensive manager.
Jesus.
This is
the teams again.
Burnley, Man City, West Ham, Villarreal, and Doncaster.
Damn, yeah, that's damn. And take City out of that. That is a very.
And Villarreal, I saw it. He took you getting it on goal.
And this was only because the goalkeeper made the worst mistake I have seen in a decade at least.
Yeah, that mistake was.
Yeah, they made like one of them Bundesliga compilation mistakes.
I don't think I've seen a worse own goal like this from a goalkeeper than this. So this is why I say Spurs are not even that good defensively. People say, but Spurs look good defensively. No, we don't. It's easy to be harder to break down when you put two DMs who are defensive minded in front of a back four. And then as a manager, you trying to say, let's sit in the middle. It's easy.
Yeah.
So this is what I say this is what I say. Thomas Frank for me is a facade. He lied to everybody. He lied on his CV. He's a fraud. Bro, I don't even listen to NBA Youngboy. But the day he is gone, I will be putting NBA Youngboy on the speaker loud and be celebrating because this cannot continue. I keep saying this to people. When we was winning games, tell me Spurs creating goal from open play challenge impossible. If we do not score from set pieces, a team makes a mistake or individual brilliance from our team, which we already lack, it's impossible that we score goals. But this is the funny part about it. I spoke a lot, but there's so much that I could break down and say what is wrong from a misprofiling perspective of the players, picking starting lineups to how he sets up within the game, how he thinks once we actually go down in the game, how he wants to all of a sudden wants to think, and how once we go down in the game, how he all of a sudden wants to start game, wants to go for the game only when we go down. And the worst part of all of this is that he's coming out of this game trying to deflect that these are good performances. I see him say some shit today, like talking about how this was a huge draw against a Monaco side who has not kept a clean sheet all season.
Yeah,
like I'm how are my days? I'm so happy that somebody asked him the question because RG Gray, I've been saying this. Sarr was looking like our player of the season. He hasn't even started a game in 7 matches.
You dropped him out.
You just dropped him for no reason. For Bentancur and Palhinha midfield. And if Sarr starts, it's in the number 10. What in the haram is that? Or Brookwell as well.
That Tal is not even in your Champions League squad.
Yeah, no, it don't even matter because we don't even help our attackers. This is why, as much as people slander our attackers, I'm not slandering them as much as others do. It's because of how this manager is setting back the attack so bad. Even Kudus is starting to look like a bum. Because everybody knows, just double up on Kudus, he can't do anything. Javi doesn't even look like he has any sort of ability. Odegaard, you can see just timid. Richarlison is Richarlison. And I'm seeing people say, oh man, we need Maddison back, we need Kulusevski back. But this was not the conversation when we was winning the games. This was not the conversation. So how did we went from winning and drawing matches to all of a sudden we need Maddison Kulusevski back? People, stop lying to yourself. This manager is a bum. He is, and you know what? It happens. It's okay. We have seen mid-table managers go from mid-table top clubs to top 6 club and fail. It's okay. Amrin was one of the most looked after managers, and look at what happened.
Yeah, that's true.
Klopp went from winning the league to Liverpool fans saying he needs to leave the football club. Arteta went from 8th to 8th to 2nd to 2nd. It happens. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, and before I end it here, because there's so much more that I could speak about. But this is on RG Gray, and I'm happy that he said this. So on RG's straight position, and Frank said he can play right back, centre back, and left back, but I think his best position is as a midfielder. So we struggled in the pivot, and you still put him at left back. You see what's wrong with this motherfucker, bro?
I hate trust.
That's what I'm saying. Whenever we doing the Man United Spurs show, I'm gonna go into a bit more detail. But people, it's way too. If I speak about what's wrong with Spurs, we will be sitting here about an hour and a half because there's so much wrong, which I've been picking out since the preseason, and only know people want to speak about it. And remember what I was saying about a month ago when I was saying, wait till Spurs start playing half decent sides and Spurs will be exposed. No, we start playing half decent sides and Spurs getting exposed. And all of a sudden, people got eyes. All of a sudden, they start realizing, you know what, this football ain't it. I've been telling you this preseason. And this is why I sit here and say, give this manager time nonsense. You have to show me from day one in the first preseason game what you're about. Because this is my mentality. Yes, I give you time. If you win, you have to win me over to give you time. I don't give nobody time if you do not win me over. So, and this is what I'm saying. This is to all the bitch ass motherfuckers here who always taught me, just only wants Anspor. Just wants Anspor. At this point, we might as well bring Anspor. Because this ball is terrible. At least we were scoring goals. At least Anspor was scoring goals. Yeah, we concede a lot of goals, but we also score goals. And no, I'm seeing Spurs Twitter scrambling, asking questions. Yo, what is Frank trying to do? What's Frank trying to do? I'm seeing Frank out on my timeline. I was like, when you guys, and the funny thing about the floor, 2 game weeks ago, guys were telling 2 game weeks ago, people was trying to tell me, just give it more time. You guys switched up after 2 game weeks. Switched up on the manager, on your guy. Saying, nah, Jess, you crazy. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, don't get it twisted. Spurs don't have a great collection of players, but we are not this bad. We are not this bad. And last season proved it. And I've seen Spurs run midfield with Harry Winks and Dombele and Lo Celso, and we still finish in the top 6. But yeah, this is like from a very middle, just from a very basic understanding. These are like some of the main issues. But there was so much wrong that I was seeing, and I was getting hella red flags from the preseason already. And yeah, now people starting to realize it because we're losing games and we're drawing games. This is another thing about the floors. Like I said, if we beat Villa, we're second in the league.
Yeah. And all these issues are still there. Here you lot can get any questions in. It don't have to be on the Spurs. You lot got any questions, let us know. Big up S. Madison. I see you. IDK as well. And yeah, Zay, actually, since you're here, you lot won 4-0, man. Talk to us about Bayern, not just in particular this game, but in general, how it's been going. Contract extension as well for Vincent Kompany.
Yeah, I mean, listen, in general, we're cooking, bro. I can't even lie. I do have to say, though, against the Jazz's other club, we did kind of struggle second half. But yeah, it took Joe Bellingham being a fraud to absolutely, give us the dubs. Thank you very much.
By the way, fuck his dad, by the way. Fuck his dad. Bro, after all that talk, he
I
cost
swear I
the,
don't blame you, man.
he cost the, after all that talk about he has to start games, he costed the Classico. I can't believe it.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Continue.
No. Yeah, go. No, you know, I was gonna defend you there, Jets, because second half you actually pegged us back, bro. You pegged us back, and Joe Bellingham just Diaz, after the shattering stinker that he had, he just cuts out pass. I think it was Anton, and makes a pass, and I don't know what Cobble's doing as well. Joe Bellingham blocks it. He doesn't even clear it quickly. He's just looking like this. And then just easy just slide tackle the ball. Bro, Joe had a stinker, bro. Get out of here.
Oh, he was terrible.
Yeah, he basically ruined the hard work of Schlotterbeck and fucking Mecha, bro. I thought Mecha was sick, though, to be fair. But
he's been actually really good for us this season, to be honest.
Yeah, I do have to say though, Svensson's been a bit overhyped. He's been hit and miss for me, but people saying he's been unreal. I don't.
I heard that. No, it's because we had Ryerson who just doesn't attack in it.
Yeah, but against us, he was annoying because he's a shithouse, bro. I hate that, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a shithouse, bro. Fuck that guy, bro. Bro, I'll never forget when you beat us 2-0 and he should have got sent off and he scored and celebrated on our heads off. What a dick. But the thing is, right, generally speaking with us, I think with the difference maker, and again, it comes down to what Jez was talking about in regards to his manager, is what we're doing as the opposite, which is we're playing more direct football. Last season, I felt like we were playing this boring sideways, backwards ball, and Kimmich was contributing in that as well, and I was losing my head with him. You remember, Flawless, some calling shows I joined, and
yes, I remember you absolutely.
Majority of these MFers. Oh yeah, bro. I got to a point in which I want some of these MFers out, bro. Now, I'm out here balling. I'm now out here talking about how we're balling out because we're actually playing better football. Everyone's contributing for one another. If one space is there, the other guy occupies it. It's just fluid, bro. And like that's all I ask for, really, as a Bayern fan. You know what I mean? Like all I ask is for good ball and us winning while playing good ball. Like we can play good ball right now. If we don't win a double, Company, even though he extended, realistically should be gone. But because he extended it, now let's say if he does leave, because we sack him hypothetically, now we have to pay him more money. Or have to pay out more money.
Double. Bundesliga and champs or Bundesliga and Pokal?
For me, Bundesliga and whatever the fuck it is.
Okay, first. I was just asking. Fair enough. Go on.
Yeah. But my main objective is we win the double, bro. Because we can't be just winning Bundesliga. That's it. Like, don't get it twisted. Obviously, Bundesliga is an important league. Like, people act like it's not. It's an important trophy to win. But the problem is, like, only winning a league title for me is not enough when we've done it too many times. Like, we would have, like, a fucking either whether good, bad season, all we do is win the league. You know? Like, and that's not me to say, like, Bundesliga, is not important. That's just for me to say that we're Bayern Munich.
Yeah, you've seen the worst Bayern Munich sides who still pick up the league.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, for me, it's not even just I've seen them win the league. When you're a fan of a club like Bayern, you're supposed to be wanting everything, really.
That's right.
Or at least 2 trophies. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen my club has won 2 trebles in its history. I don't think people understand where I come from when I say these things. Like, we've won a sextuple. We're the only club other than Barcelona to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've won 2 trebles. But by the way, fun fact, I think Jez knows this. We won back to back back in the 70s, in case you didn't know.
I didn't actually know that.
No, that was way before my time. Like, I'll be on. I didn't know that.
I'm sure you would have learned it because you.
I probably would. Actually, I probably did hear that, but you know what it was? You know what it was mainly why I'm trying to think because I grew up in Stuttgart, and Stuttgart don't really but the people that at least in Stuttgart that I knew don't like Bayern Munich in it. So
yeah, I know they're pain in the ass. Fuck that club, by the way, for what they did this summer to us assholes about Nick Voltemad. Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, so like even there are rarely any Bayern fans even in Stuttgart. So it's like.
Yeah, I'm not
So I
sure.
promise you. That's why it's like probably why I didn't really hear about it. It doesn't really surprise me though. Like Bayern's been a super a super powerhouse for like a very long time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like for me, by the way, I think other than Real Madrid and Barca, we're like the third biggest club. I actually think we're bigger than all English clubs. No joke.
I understand why you would think that. I ain't even go argue you down on that one still.
Bro,
If I was
like,
down, I would-
I know people say like we're not as talked about, but that's our fault that we're playing in the Bundesliga. Like,
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
the big club
Is it
argument
like-
is always dependent on the metrics that you use. That's
you know,
what I would say.
and I was watching one Bayern channel, Bayern Now Big Up, right? Like, and he brought a good point. Bayern from Bayern Now. You know, if we were in the Premier League most years, like people say, "Oh, you win that league," right? But here's the thing that people don't understand: our mentality would be different. Like, imagine Bayern throughout all these years, the mentality that they've had. Bring that in the Premier League, and we'll probably sweep most years. Or either compete with Fergie, or we'd compete with maybe Pep some years, or we'd compete.
Yeah, you got United fans going in the chat. So,
United fans are going.
You open up a can of worms, but I'm not fussed, but people love this argument. Schweinsteiger himself believes United are bigger than Bayern. Lol says Abdi. Jardel says you ain't bigger than United.
Schweinsteiger's weird, bro. Yeah, but
talk to us.
Yeah,
go on, talk about it.
But I get that Schweinsteiger said that, but just because he said that doesn't change anything to me. It really doesn't change.
I agree with that. Like, bro, I seen Messi. I seen Messi say that Romero's like, don't get to I rate Romero in it, but Messi said this like 10 best. It's like one of the top 10 players he ever seen play in centre backs. Come on, bro. Like, bro, don't listen to these footballers' opinions sometimes unless they actually make sense. Come on, bro. Like, you see, I know what Schweinsteiger was trying to do, but he was trying to get United fans pumped up when he joined United. It happens, though. It happens.
Where would this version of Bayern finish in the Prem? I'm not gonna lie, we top it.
No, Bayern is top in the league. Bayern up first.
Bro, this four, bro. We're the most informed team alongside PSG. Come on, now.
I like this conversation. Talk about it, because obviously I don't watch Bayern like that. So to have you here as a Bayern fan, and obviously in the house with Jez watching Bundesliga, you can inform us. Talk to us. Because I love this, because the chat responding.
By the way, every game we've played so far, we've won. Yeah. Every single game we played, we've won. We even beat the same team that called themselves world champions. Yeah, nobody gave us a prayer against Chelsea. Next thing you know, packing. The only player that played good that game, by the way, was Cole Palmer. Even Caicedo played shit. He's the one that gave the pen for Harry Kane.
Yeah, he gave the pen. He was poor. He was very, very poor. He was very, very poor. So what is since we're here and we talk about it, what is your metric? Actually, they've scratched that. So you think Bayern win the Premier League if they're here? Who's the second best team in the league, in your opinion, in the Premier League?
Based on performance, you have to say Arsenal.
So you say Arsenal? Okay, that's fair.
At the moment, yeah, they are they're like on paper. We should all be saying Liverpool, but let's be honest. Other than today,
we'll get to Liverpool as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say Arsenal is and I actually think. Listen, our game against them in a few weeks will be very telling, because, and I'm going to give them an element of respect, because they like to play defensive and all that shit. And we like to play all out attacking, so that actually will go in their favor, to be fair. However, and it's in the Emirates. However, though, that doesn't mean they don't have weaknesses. Like, if they play Calafiori, I'll pounce on that. No problem. Lise, thanks for coming. You know what I mean?
It'll be interesting. Yeah, we play on 26th of November, so there's a game week before that, and then obviously you play them.
Yeah, we play PSG. We play PSG and then Arsenal, bro. We have two tough games back to back in the Champions League. You know what I mean? PSG at Parc des Princes, then Emirates, Arsenal.
Yeah, man, you got this, like you said, info.
Yeah. By the way, don't get it twisted. This is not like last season where I'm like fully like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I am kind of cautious. Yeah, I am kind of cautious. You know what I mean? Because for me, those are tests. Those are tests for me to see where we really are based on how we're performing. But yeah, man, I just think that if listen, since you asked me that question, I actually think we win this Prem, bro.
Okay, that's fine.
I actually agree.
From the chat you asked. Sorry, go on, Jess.
The matter thing, I personally believe this version and any version from 2000, 2010 all the way to 2021. I should include 21, because I still think Bayern was somewhat decent.
Yeah,
You can
but
see you can see a drop off, but it was still decent. I think any version from this version and from 2010 to 2021, Bayern is always competing for the league. They may not win it all the time, but I think Bayern is going to be competing and sometimes even win it.
That's my point, though. But that's my point. Like, I only say win like now is because, and I think most years is because listen, I'm gonna be really honest. I actually think the English like club and fan mentality is weak.
I agree.
What?
Like Bayern mentality, no matter how good or shit they are, it's like we're always gonna win.
Yeah, say your piece there. I'm not gonna take no offense.
If we're shit, we'll say we're shit.
Yeah.
Like that's how we operated. Like Jez knows, that's how we operated. You know what I mean? It's like if we were shit, bro. I had Thomas Muller when Tuchel was absolutely cheeks of a manager, calling out everybody in the team, bro. That's who we had in our squad for a decade, bro. Like I had likes of Robin, Ribéry, Manuel Neuer at his best.
Facts.
Jerome Boateng, few years was at his best. You know, I mean, a few years we had Mats Hummels. I mean, it was not at his best. I thought his best times was at Borussia Dortmund, personally. But like, still good enough. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Thiago Alcantara balling whenever he was fit. Like, come on, man. Like, I can name you more players that would get into a combined 11 than a good portion of these Prem teams.
I think the biggest problem is, and I always say this, since it's just funny because I support the Premier League team and I support the Bundesliga team, so I can see like both parallels and understand better most of the time. Where the reason why Bayern is so disrespected is because of the Bundesliga and how the lack of genuine competition. A lot of people like to discredit Bayern when Bayern's been obviously the last 2-3 years Bayern's been going through mediocrity. Like Tia will probably tell you, like Bayern, even though Bayern was still winning the league, also the 1 year that Leverkusen won it, Bayern was not moving to the standard that I usually remember them. But outside those years, Bayern was like a legit top 5 team in Europe, let alone the Bundesliga being the best. I feel like a lot of people just look at the fact just because they have it easy in the Bundesliga.
People kind of downplay them because they do have it, because they are the comfortable favorites.
It's like the PSG. It's like the PSG thing. But unlike PSG during those years, you can see Bayern have a certain standard. PSG at times was like, well, it's okay if we don't win the league at 1 year because we generally just care about the Champions League at times. But with Bayern, regardless how weak or how strong the Bundesliga is, there's always the standard of we have to win the Bundesliga and then we have to go and do well in the Champions League. There's a certain standard, and I feel like, and I feel like that's why a lot of people who do not support the Bundesliga do not actually realize how huge actually Bayern is. Actually, that's why I used to be always on this channel saying how, damn, Bayern standards have really dropped ever from 2020 after the Champions League. After you won the Champions League, the standards have massively dropped. It's like it's just the club is getting misrun. It's not what it used to be. It's the ruthlessness is gone. Players are allowed to stay because they like it in Bayern. But this was not the standard.
By the way, I'll tell you something, Jez. You see how companies so far doing a job? I'll be honest. I think we're really lucky that it's happened. We're so lucky because let's be honest. When we got company, it was because all these managers rejected us. And then on top of the fact of like, we literally got this brother when he relegated himself with Burnley. You know what I mean? So then he comes in and he's having to learn on the job last season. Now all of a sudden, which I have to give him credit to be fair, has learned a good amount of things so far. And when he stayed, to be fair, when he got this contract extension, one thing I'll give him credit for, he wanted to keep it in a low key. That was one of his requests to the Bayern board.
Yes.
That's what he said in a press conference ahead of our game against Brugge today. So hearing these things,
And then also on top of the fact of every time I hear companies speak in a press conference, it's actually not the same way as, like, for example, an Arteta would, or a lot of these young managers would be. He actually approaches things game to game, and he doesn't get like what's the term I'm trying to use? He doesn't basically get gassed too quickly. It's like he wants to focus on what's in front of him.
He's level-headed. He's level-headed.
Yeah, he's very level-headed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even he lets his players know the same. So, yeah, man, listen, I have to be honest. That's part of the reason to why I have to give credit where it's due. Because of things like that. Because a lot of clubs, by the way, I remember even when Alonso, when they lost to Real Madrid, to Atletico, he was talking about the whole process, this process, that. And it's like, well, that's the same shit Arteta says.
Yes.
You know what I mean? No wonder company slapped you 5-0 last season. Absolute fraud.
Oh, when I heard manager say suffering and process, it's already a red flag.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. Suffering.
Yeah, whereas the company, he actually thinks that he was shit.
Yes, and that's the thing. At least you have the self-awareness that they're saying like you're not doing well in that. But when you're trying to deflect that you're doing bad at your job, saying that we have to suffer, no, we don't have to suffer. Just do a better job. Like, this is all I'm saying.
No, yeah, that's exactly the thing. So that's why I'm actually, because I'll be honest, what my manager is doing, your clubs would be dreaming to have a manager to say that right now. You know what I mean?
Oh! My manager's excusing draws by using losses as an example. Bro, I told you, bro. I'm just gonna be close to at bare least. I'm just gonna be the second worst manager. If you don't, he's gonna be there. Wait till the United game. I promise you.
You gonna see. Even if we win that, though, he's done too much. Until Frank does to you what Amrim's done to us, that's when I'll be like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. But it is looking bleak for you. Like, you lot are our eyes, so I'd say that. But then I ain't blinded by the Liverpool game. I mean, by the Liverpool game. And speaking of Liverpool, Wirtz gets his first assist. Actually, big up Mike's for the raid as well. Shout out,
big up Mike's, man.
One of the likes, hit the subscribe button. You lot get your questions in as well. If you're a member of the channel, your question takes priority like a super chat also. But yeah, Liverpool packed up Frankfurt 5-1. It's like Frankfurt,
I'll be honest.
Gifting them goals. Frankfurt have been conceding goals. Wirtz gets off the mark. Only surprise for me was Isak getting taken off at halftime. 3-1 up. And he took off Isak. I don't know what Slot's doing. We've not, to me, watching the game, we didn't really learn too much, I'd say. I think Liverpool still have their issues. I'd be interested to see how they deal with Brentford. That's what I will say. But they need to get 5 losses.
You know what I gathered? You know what I gathered out of that loss?
Cool.
I actually think it's more of Frankfurt being shit.
Talk to us. Go on.
Because you know what it is? Jez will know. Frankfurt, over the past few years, Top Muller has been trying to approach games, especially the big ones, defensive.
Was he injured? What's the injury? What was the injury? Anyone know the injury?
Yeah, I only just found out now. I didn't know he was injured.
I did not know. But anyway, he usually approaches games like defend, counter-attack. That's why Ekitike and Marmoush at the time was balling out, because they were able to hit and transition together. You know, they were able to facilitate. This season, however, because of the squad that he has, he's been trying to approach games going forward, hitting, like, actually attacking opposition. And the problem with that is their defense is just too shit for that. It's just too shit for that to happen. That's why they've been having a hit and miss season. Like, you see, like, Ozun doing well for them. You see Bokart have a hit and miss performance. You know what I mean? But then you see guys like Koch playing shit. You see guys like Tete playing shit. You know what I mean? And it's just costing them. Like, we literally scored against them in 15 seconds, bro.
What?
I swear to God, scored in 15 seconds in the league.
Bro, like, it's and I literally tweeted it before the game saying how Liverpool are actually in trouble if they do not at least score, because everybody has scored on them. Everybody, even when Frankfurt, I think there was a game where Frankfurt was up 5-0 or 4-0.
Oh yeah, but it was, I believe, Borussia Mönchengladbach.
But bear in mind, Gladbach aren't even that good. and they went from like a 5-1 or 4-0, something like that, to a 6-3 to end the game.
No, 6-0, and then they became 4.
Oh, yeah, 6-0, and then,
4.
yeah. And I was like, so you really do not want to keep you really can't keep a clean sheet, and on top of that, you cannot just keep just at least a goal in the net. This is why I say like this. Is why I was like, I was not shocked at Liverpool, because as far as Liverpool are, there is no chance they cannot score against Frankfurt. And even if Frankfurt would have scored again today, Liverpool would have just scored again, because
Well, they
they
would
just
score
cannot
again.
keep. They can't keep the ball out of the net. They just can't.
Ass, man.
So yeah, man. But this was say I do say about Liverpool. Obviously, it's always a confidence boost being able to score 5 goals in the game. But this is not the game to really go and say like this is where the season turns around. I feel like we need to see a couple more games, and I feel Brentford is a good test, to be honest, because they'll be giving teams games with the physicality alone and directness.
Yeah, bro, be interesting, bro. Let's see what Liverpool do. But you know that maybe Liverpool done well on the day, but they done well on a day against fucking Frankfurt that their defense is league. But we didn't even play Shiri today. Why aren't you playing your like dominant midfielder? I don't get that. That's another thing. Like they're like a guy that could actually be a nuisance to Liverpool's midfield. Maybe Wirtz could have struggled if he actually played that, brother. But he didn't play him. I do not know why. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know, man. I really don't know. And he's playing Tete left back. What? What? Why? You know what I mean? It just I don't know. Top Muller today had an shattering stinker of a managerial performance. I'll be honest. Like, and I don't even think he's that bad of a manager. I just think he's trying to adapt. He's trying to adapt too much. He doesn't even need to adapt that much. He really doesn't. But he's overcomplicating things. It's just what
I think. If I'm not mistaken, Top Muller is quite still a young manager.
Yeah, he is, and he didn't even do a bad job last season.
No, he didn't. This is why I say like this season. That's why, even though of course you have to get criticized for letting so many goals in, and obviously you have to fix it because this is just a part of being a manager. But this is why that's why he is at the Frankfurt, because I think he's allowed to do these type of things at the Frankfurt. Imagine he was doing this. Imagine he was doing it at a Leipzig or Dortmund. Oh
yeah, bro.
It's peak. So like I think he's in a good situation. He should just stay there and figure things out as a manager.
Yeah. He needs to. If I was him, by the way, I said this even after our game again, bro. He needs to just go back to the way it was working, which was play 3 at the back, actually play wing backs, play 2 strikers, just transition ball. Literally, that's how it worked.
But I think the only issue why he doesn't do it is because he lost both of the main strikers that actually were. Like I feel like it's the lack of profiles. I feel like Burkhardt can definitely start, but they need another striker. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, technically, do I think John could do that? The Ekitike role or the Mamouche role? I think he could, but it's not his best role. That's why I think he's trying to change it, because Unjun works better behind the striker. So it's like you kind of forced into playing him by changing the formation.
The problem is their backup to when Marmoush left was Wahi and fucking
and he's not
like it's like what?
No,
much Wahi. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, he ain't it, man.
But if I'm Frankfurt in January, go get some sort of a striker and literally just go back to square one.
Go with it. I hear it. And either you, I didn't watch it. Either you watched the Chelsea game. I know they put 5 past Ajax. Was another red card as well for them? What is going on?
Ajax. No, it was not. It was
Ajax.
What is it with red cards in Chelsea games? What is going on?
Bro, there's some good parlays going on. That's all I'm saying.
All right, allegedly, but yeah, Chelsea, that's impressive. I know Ajax have been struggling. I had no idea about Weghorst scored the goal. I didn't even know he was there. Shout out Weghorst, but yeah, I know Ajax have been struggling.
I heard from Ajax as of late. They're shit, bro. Ajax.
So Chelsea taking advantage pretty much. How are Leipzig performing in the league? I remember them having some decent players for the last couple of years, like Olmo and
after the 6-0, actually not as bad as I would have expected.
Yeah, same. I thought they would have. I thought after that 6-0, I thought they was going to have a terrible season. But hey, I think they're like second in the league right now. Like And then
Yeah, because obviously we beat you, so then they leapfrogged you again.
yes, and
Yeah,
I mean, what's the manager's name again? It's
Oli
like
Werner.
Oliver, yeah. And I don't think he has that much. I don't think he has that much head coaching experience either. So it's
No, he
really
doesn't.
interesting. It's really
I think he
interesting.
was at Werder Bremen before he joined.
Leipzig.
Yeah,
No, it makes sense. I can't even lie.
bro, they don't even have much to work with as well. They don't even have much to work with because if I was to tell you their team, bro, like they still have Orban in 2025. I don't even rate him like that. You know what I mean? They have Lukeba, who's actually has potential, but I think he can work on it a little bit more because he does make some bozo mistakes here and there. You know?
Yes.
I rate Ram highly. I'd take him as another left back for us. I actually rate him. Baumgarten's pretty decent. Yeah, Bucky, they have Jan Bakayoko. That Romelu guy looks decent. Nusa's a baller. Like, they have some players, but, like, they're not like those that are, like, hella known in it. They're just, like...
Yeah.
They're more under the radar type of thing, rather than...
Yeah. They're, like, under the radar players type. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing, though. He's making it work, and especially after a terrible season last season. By the way, we should say, fuck Marco Rose. I told you guys this guy's fraud. He's not good.
That guy was only good against us because of his style of football.
Exactly, like always been a fraud. Will always stay a fraud. Like I never rated him once, even when he was at Dortmund. I never rated him.
Bro, I remember you guys sacked him, and then Terzic came and took over your team and got to a final, bro.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, this Marco Rose, bad memories. But actually, you know what? A team that actually has surprised me, which is funny because I supported him in Dortmund. I actually think we actually been right this season. I know we had the Juventus clunker, but even this Juventus game, we should have won that, and we would be unbeaten in the Champions League. And also the Bayern loss. Bayern would have been our only loss this season, which it still is.
By the way, you could have gotten something out of our game. I'm not even gonna, bro. That game, I was kind of stressed.
But that's the thing, though. This is where we still do lack a bit of quality to really take advantage at times in these sort of games. But I've been actually pleased. I've been pleasantly surprised. I've been pleasantly surprised in terms of how we've been looking this season. How long it's going to continue, I don't know. But I haven't really crushed on a little about Dortmund this season, even though because I know Bayern's on 21 points right now because they haven't lost a single game. But outside of that, Leipzig is on 16. Stuttgart is on 15, and we on 14 with Leverkusen. So it's a tied top 4 battle at the moment, which is kind of expected. Just a top 4 battle because we know we're near competing. But I'm really hoping for a D4B pokal run. For me personally, I really want to win the D4B pokal.
You got a good shot.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I need to win that DFB pokal, bro. I'm sick and tired of not winning that competition since 2020.
When's the last time you won it?
2020, bro. Dortmund won more recently than us, bro.
Yeah, we did. Like the funny part is because remember last season, Bayern lost. I told you, I think last season that they went out to like a 3rd division team.
No, not last season. 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
2 seasons ago.
I know you're on about 2 seasons ago. 2 seasons ago. Under 2.
Yeah. Yeah, like, but I don't know what it is, but Bayern just do not perform in the D4 pokal.
Last season we lost to Leverkusen because Neuer decided to get himself sent off. Fucking genius.
I remember the game still. That was tough.
I'd agree with this. Special one says Ekitike is better than Isak. There, I said it. If I was Slot, Isak is getting pushed to left wing. Are you man going with this? Is he there? Shouts to Charlotte every single time as well. Oh, bless. Hope you're good too, Charlotte.
I wouldn't push Isak. I would push Isak to the left bench, not the left wing. But no, but this is the reality. I don't.
But forget that part. Let's get to it. Is Ekitike better than Isak, or is this just too reactionary?
I think he's a better footballer. Yeah.
Is he a better striker?
I think me personally.
I don't know.
These are the uncomfortable conversations. Is he a better? You can have one of them. Which one you taking?
I'm still gonna stick with Isak.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still gonna stay with Isak. But Ekitike is very close. It's not that far off, which is the funniest part.
You know what it is? I think Isak's a better footballer. Isak is a better striker, but Ekitike is a better footballer.
I agree with that. Ekitike is definitely the better footballer, but the better striker as of right now is Isak still, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean that Isak shouldn't be on the left bench.
What's a left bench, you know?
He should be left bench next to Frimpong or Ping Pong. Him and Ping Pong. Him and Ping Pong on the left bench, and then Ekitike starts because bro, which is the funny part? One of his best performing players this season in the attack is on the bench on the regular, which is Chiesa.
Yeah,
which is funny. Like for me, if slot life would be much easier if he would run Gakpo, Ekitike, and Chiesa, who are actually somewhat performing. I know Sai is calling Gakpo god shit, but at least he's doing something. The guy on the other side is legit doing nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie. I think you can play. I think you can still play Salah, but the problem is that would mean you would have to start Frimpong and Szoboszlai.
But that's the problem. The slot is not playing to the strengths to get more out of Salah, and this is the problem.
Like I've said this in so many streams and stuff. Whenever I do talk about Liverpool, like it's just they're playing the wrong players when it comes to like complementing the other, you know. So that they're playing Ekitike, but then at the same time is playing Wirtz when they both want to be the creators out of, you know what I mean? Like Isak is more of a guy that wants to be the gunman. So that you're supposed to play Wirtz with Isak. But then you have Salah. Like the brother what is he good at? This guy's good at either creating for others, right? Or he's good at like trying to cut in and, you know, take a shot like inside forward does, right?
Yeah, inside forward, yeah.
Yeah. But for that to work, you need a fullback that would basically overlap. But the problem is they play Conor Bradley. Slot's playing Conor Bradley. You see where the problem lies?
Yes. But even there's the problem though. Even when he plays Frimpong though, he plays Frimpong, but he doesn't make Frimpong overlap, which is the funniest part of all of this.
Yeah. The only time I saw that was when that instance that Hassam keeps on putting when fucking Frimpong gets Atletico.
This which is the funniest part about it. When he did that against Atletico, this was their best game of the season, by the way, Atletico.
Yeah.
And he was just doing the basics, and it's working. So I don't know, but again, school of Ten Hag, slot, the board headedness. Somebody, I'm genuinely convinced somebody just got to stop his board head, and maybe something happens. Sometimes you gotta slap. No, sometimes you gotta smack it. Like maybe like Arteta, the light bulb goes on. I don't know, but but going back to Ekitike though, I think Isak is the better striker, but on current conditions, you want to get just the players who are actually performing well. So Ekitike should be starting on a regular at this moment in time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You do want the players that's actually performing at the moment. So the better performer is Ekitike. And I hear that 100%. But then again, it's also about balance, man. Liverpool's whole problem is a whole balance thing in it. Like, we're being objective. It's just a whole balance issue. Like, but this is the problem. Again, notice how we had a dead window, yet we're performing because companies getting the best out of these guys. Yeah. Then you have Liverpool spent all this money, got Wirtz over us, screw it, and they're playing shit. Coincidence much?
I hear you. Hey, Zay, you ain't wrong when you ain't wrong.
Hey, Wirtz, listen, man, you could have joined Bayern and you could have played much better, bro. You
could have joined Bayern.
Than saying,
Slot sees me as a 10.
Oh, yeah, you could have played a 10 right
Right,
now.
okay. I'm not asking you this, and you'll know this because you would have watched Wirtz much more than 99% of the people talking about him. Why do you think Wirtz has struggled at Liverpool so much?
So part of the reason, obviously, is the fact of less space. That's fine. But then again, Wirtz...
What do you say? Space, lack of space.
No. But obviously, Wirtz has technical ability. So once he gets like that whole idea of when to be reacting to a situation, he'll be okay. I think people have a misunderstanding on what Wirtz's role was when he was at Leverkusen. Leverkusen, he was playing as one of the two 10s. He wasn't playing as the 10.
10. Oh, so he's like a left 10 rather than a central 10.
He was a left 10.
Okay, got it.
Because Alonso was basically coaching a 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1, but basically similar to what Tuchel did with Chelsea, right? So here's the thing.
with Wirtz, it's a weird one because he's somebody that he won't fully play wide, but he will be like in between the wide and center. Like, he likes to be in like them pocket areas. You know what I mean? So I just feel like at Liverpool, you have that. You have the whole decision-making aspect of it all. And then you also have the whole balance aspect of it that I mentioned earlier about why Wirtz playing with Ekitike, and that don't really work like that as much. It can, but it won't work as much for Wirtz as much as it would for him if Isak was playing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think all these considered is why. But again, the reason why I think he would have played better at Bayern is because, let's say, Musiala.
Yeah, where would you have played him at Bayern? Would he have been, let's say Musiala's back. Does he play from the left?
I think they interchange because that's what they were doing.
Him and Musiala interchange.
Yeah. Or even now with Serge Gnabry, same thing.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I think they interchange personally. Or even him with Ulize. By the way, Wirtz could have easily interchanged with any of our players. Even Ulize could have interchanged.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just asked Virgil about why he thinks Wirtz is struggling so much, because he would have watched him much more than most people talking about him.
No, I heard, no, you can continue, but I heard bits, and I agree with what he's been saying so far.
Well, yeah. It's like he played in 2-10s, and he likes to work with somebody else. You know what I mean? That's why, by the way, Jez, you watch German since you're German. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Usually, when they both play together, Musiala plays better.
Because Musiala does play better, yes.
Yeah, because Musiala doesn't really need somebody else. Wirtz needs at somebody else. You know what I mean? As harsh as it is to say, it is the truth, guys.
Which is the funny thing about it. It's not a bad thing because you saw him, Musiala. I say this, like, I would say, like, these two are like one of my biggest hopes for the World Cup. Obviously, shame that Musiala's injured at the moment, but they're both each other as important as to each other. Even though Musiala is more independent when it comes to being able to do stuff by himself, but you see Wirtz and Musiala play together, and you see why Bayern Munich wanted Wirtz, despite having Musiala. As you just talked about, how the interchange would have just, you could have just literally copied it from Germany and put it into Bayern, and it would have just worked.
It would have been fluid, bro. As fluid, if not more fluid, even.
Yeah, because we're going to Reece and Kane. Exactly. So it's like, I feel like, don't get twisted. We all know where all this. We all do know where the criticism comes from. It comes from how much they're paid for him. It's from just the rival talk, expectation, and this and that. But if you actually talk about from a tactical perspective, I'm not surprised why he's necessarily struggling. Because let's be honest, they could have bought somebody. Let's say they bought Cherky. I think Cherky still struggles, but the talk wouldn't have not been as big because of how much less they paid for him. That's the difference. And also, you have to remember, I remember Liverpool fans were like super gassed when the Wirtz thing happened. So people also use it as something against them to slander Wirtz. I just don't think Liverpool put him in a situation where he can actually best succeed. That's why I find it funny when people always say Bundesliga attacks, because Ekitike is one of the best strikers in the Premier League right now, and he is from the Bundesliga. Haaland is the best striker in the league.
Nobody talks about it. That's the problem. Nobody talks about that.
Exactly. That's why
nobody talks about Marquinhos. Nobody talks about KDB. Nobody talks about Haaland. Nobody talks about
Thiago when he joined Liverpool, or Gundogan, or so many other. Heung-min Son when he joined us from Liverpool. So many players came from the Bundesliga who have succeeded in the Premier League. But you guys love to take the recent examples and say Bundesliga attacks because they're flopped. No, maybe blame your football club for not analyzing them before coming in and thinking that you can just plug them in and they're just gonna go and succeed.
Yeah.
I have seen players from the La Liga struggle here. I have seen players from the Bundesliga struggle here. I've seen players struggle from Serie A, French league, wherever. Don't blame
the league. There was a player from the Premier League that struggled in Bayern München who recently just went to Galatasaray. Zane.
Yes. Yes, and he started in the Bundesliga, went to the Premier League, came back, and he was not good in the Premier League. And there's so many. It's like there's so many examples even I can use from Premier League players who came from the Premier League or Championship, came to Germany and struggled and had to go back to England.
Well, you know what? By the way, you know what's the biggest reason to why they say this, Jez?
Yeah.
Because of your club, bro. Your club, bro. They got bare English guys from England, made them look good. And when they go back to England, they end up being dead, bro. Like Sancho and Gittins.
Nah, but this is the thing though. It's like, even if that's the case, it's like, look at how Sancho was bought from United and look at how United employed him. Like, for me, it's like, that's what I always say. Do not blame the league from where players come from to why they struggle in the Premier League. It's such a lazy argument. It's such a lazy argument. And you guys, and it makes me, this is where it makes me like believe that you guys know, with no disrespect, but you guys do know football in my eyes. If you know,
but that comes up to the mentality thing that I brought up earlier when I was talking about Bayern and winning Prams and shit, bro. That's what I mean.
Yes. Like it's just stupid to me. Like it's like saying Lewandowski couldn't It's like saying Lewandowski couldn't come to the Premier League because he was playing majority of his career in the Bundesliga. Like what?
Which is nonsense. Yeah.
Or Thomas Müller. Like what?
Or Thomas Müller, or how many great Bayern or Dortmund or Leipzig players there are. It's nonsense. It's nonsense, man. It's nonsense. Guardiola, in my opinion, has been a great signing for City as well. I know he's been dealing with injuries. He has some moments of failure, but he's been overall a great signing for them. Also came from the Bundesliga. People don't talk about it, but the moment you see guys like Wirtz, guys like Frankfurt, all of a sudden, these guys came from the Bundesliga. That's why you don't sign guys for this. But in the same team, someone from the Bundesliga in a Versa team is performing for Liverpool. So what's the issue then? So you can't say
people is lazy. Yeah, like rather than just criticize the actual player itself.
Well, you know what I say as a Bayern fan, Flawless? I've been saying this for a bit now. You see with me, like how I'm talking about Bayern's performance, and they go, "Oh, but it's just the Bundesliga." I could not give a rat's ass. All I care about is the little things my manager and my players are doing. I really don't care about who we play, because for me, you could be playing against a shitty team right now, but if you don't do the right things, you're still gonna lose a job. Or if you win, you're just gonna escape and it's gonna be unsustainable. You know, like if we're being objective, realistically, for me, it's is my manager and my players doing, more so than who are we doing it against. Yes, obviously, who you're doing it against, maybe you'll get away with it here and there if it's not good enough, but we've been playing that good that we've been getting good results majority of the time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, and we've won all our games. Like, this is where I'm like thinking, like, Prem fans, you can never convince them because they live in their own bubble, unfortunately. And just like Jess said, they don't know ball, clearly. Because all they think England is all high might. Again, it's like what we talked about, Flawless, I think, at our special.
Make sure you check it out.
It's like the media will portray like all the shit that's being said in England, and then it's going to spread everywhere else. You know what I mean? It's dumb. Yeah. It's fucking stupid. You get me?
I trust.
Yeah, it just is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. Be real.
It's fully. You lot continue to run up the likes, hit the subscribe button before we close out. There is 2 NBA watch-alongs we will be doing as well. Also, so we spoke Liverpool, we spoke Chelsea, Bayern, Spurs. Is there anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, Juve Madrid's a big game if you're interested.
Oh yeah, Real Madrid. Yeah, I did watch the second. Thanks for jogging my memory. I watched that as well. All right, Zia, we'll go to you before I give.
I didn't watch it, but I heard Madrid played poorly despite winning. So I saw that goal that Jude scored.
Because I was. This was the game I actually. Because funny enough, I skipped the Spurs game. I'm refusing to watch. But I'm refusing to watch.
That's it, fine.
But it was a weird game because Juventus was basically just sitting back. They tried to hit Madrid multiple times on the counter. I think at one point I saw 70 to 30 possession for with Real Madrid, but Real Madrid just couldn't break them down. Just couldn't. It got to a point where you start like when you ask me, is Madrid playing the back three? I'm saying I don't know because I'm seeing either Militao on the 10 because this how much Juve was sitting back. But to be fair to them, they did a good job up until they were conceding the goal. Yeah, there were a couple of times where I do think Mbappe should have scored. There was definitely a chance that Mbappe could have scored, in my opinion, the 1v1. But outside that, I felt they did a good job. But countering, they were just horrendous. Vlahovic, terrible. He even had a chance, which I think he should have scored. But I guess you could say Eder Militao did just enough to put him off. But I still think if you're top, like if you consider the top strikers, you should score. If this is like Isak or if this was Osimhen, for example, we go after them. But then again, I do not consider Vlahovic a top striker, so it is what it is. But
bro, I'm not gonna lie, we're linked with him. If we get Vlahovic, I'm taking him as backup only.
Nah, he's awful.
Backup to Harry Kane, just in the bench like Jackson is, and the rest. Quickly, can we talk about Leonard Carl? What a baller, by the way.
All right, go then. And it's a youngster from the Bayern Academy.
Okay.
Yeah, Leonard Carl. Yeah. Leonard Carl, bro. That guy today showed out, bro. What a player, bro. Like this kid, by the way, he literally took the ball, went past like two men, I think, and then just slapped the top bins from the edge of the box. Nah, he's crazy. This kid is crazy, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah, but that's all I want to say.
Yeah.
Still waiting for a Dortmund kid to come through, man.
Go on, Jess. Say what you're gonna say. Go on.
I was saying I'm still waiting for Dortmund youth like this, which is funny. Dortmund get like hella young players, but they never come through the academy. Hella funny.
But the problem with you guys, you also sell a young talent. That's not a good idea, by the way.
That's also true.
But in regards to Madrid, having watched them, I only watched for half time as well. Because they seem just so much more better balanced. That's what it is. They seem so much more better balanced, so they just performing much better. Performing much better. As they see, he's actually playing players in their positions. I'm saying like right wingers at right wingers, 10s at 10s, left wingers at left wingers. And because of that, you're seeing a better Mbappe as well. Like the first half, I can't really comment on. Yes, they did look not vulnerable defensively. I'd say Juventus on the counter did look good at time. Where so much, I would say actually vulnerable, but Madrid should have scored more in that second half. But then again, Juventus should have scored more. But that's the way they play. This is why I watch Real Madrid, because there's just a lot of talent out there on show. And when you're bringing Camavinga off the bench, they brought Massimiliano off the bench, someone else. I was like, yo, the depth is crazy. The depth is great. They're going to be a problem, man. They're going to be a problem. Maybe you were sleeping on it. I think Xabi Alonso seems to have it together outside of the Madrid derby where they got packed up. He seems to have it together.
Yeah, but that's the problem, though. Like, bro, thing is, I feel like with Alonso, and not many people want to have this conversation, especially Madrid fans don't want to have this conversation. But I think in a big game, Alonso could do some foolishness, bro. Bro, like I remember.
You seen that prior? Did he do at Leverkusen?
Bro, he did it last season. He did it last season against us in the Champions League, bro. Man approached the game without a striker.
I was like, yo, he did so that I remember that. He sold like a motherfucker, bro. That first leg, he sold it.
Bro, he sold the first leg, and then by second leg, he had no verts, he had no resources to do anything. We just
the game was already over in the second leg. I'll keep it 100.
Yeah. And it's all because of that stupid. And then, bro, not just that. Brother needs a forward, and he brings on Tapsoba only for Tapsoba to get a red card. It's like, what? Like, I was in shock when that Madrid happened. That's why I don't feel Real Madrid. But that's why I don't feel Real Madrid as much as I should be.
Because of him. You see him as a negative.
Alonso. That's it. Alonso. I think Alonso.
You really look at Alonso the same way I look at Arteta or Arsenal. That's my job.
Yeah, I do.
See, the only it's kind of weird because obviously the Alonso thing is weird because it's hard for me to say because we don't have a lot of data. We had the one season where he comes in, helps Leverkusen come from relegation to Europa League. Then they go invincible. Then they go invincible. Damn near refusing to lose a game ever. and then they had a shocker of a season. Even though they still finished second, I think they still had a shocker of a season last season. So I feel like it's just not enough data for me to say what I think about Alonso. But I feel like him. So I need to see because he's right. Last season he had a bunch of howlers against big teams last season. But then the season
Even
prior,
RB Leipzig second game in the season, fumbled at their ground.
Yes. But then the season prior, he was whooping everybody.
Yeah.
So for me, so that's the thing is like, am I gonna get Alonso from last season, or do I get Alonso the big games from the season prior? So I'm still kind of questioning. I'm like, I have to see, but from a base level perspective, he's doing a very good job. You can see already how much different it look, how much different they just look from going from Ancelotti to Javi. But the big games, let's see because he fumbled the Atleti game. Did we have a Clasico yet?
No, they play this weekend.
It's been no El Clasico this weekend. Yeah, people to be watching out for that. Yeah, 26.
It's perfect timing. Perfect timing right there.
That's what I think. If they can win the El Clasico, which I think they should win it, to be fair, because of Barcelona's defense. My God, man.
They've been shocking. They've been shocking lately.
Yeah. So, but my question is, like, if Real Madrid play, for example, us or PSG, like, is Alonso gonna fall? And we already saw Alonso fall in the Club World Cup.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. I give him not a blind, but the Club World Cup you just got there. But I'm like, all right, how do you respond? And from I've watched him, he seems to outside of the Madrid derby responded fairly well.
And then, by the way, one more evidence. By the way, Jazz, that invincible season, they lost the Europa League final to Atalanta. Another fumble.
You are right. They did lose the final. So yeah, I don't know. This season will be telling in terms of the big games. Like, you can see that I think he's a very good coach. But what he is in terms of being able to win them the big trophies, let's see. Like, I personally think they can win the league. Because more times than not, you're gonna play more bad teams than better teams, like Barcelona and Atleti.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But in the Champions League, once you start coming up against the Arsenals, Bayerns, the PSGs, Barcelonas, let's see what you're about, man. But this is the beauty about it. You made the step up for a reason.
Let's go Eka 2K. Who will win? Who will win what? Who will win what? And shout out to Bayesian Pops every single time, man. Big up Bayesian Pops. My done. OG. Big up every single time, man. Sorry, go on. You lot carry on. And run up the likes as well, you lot, man. Because we're only at 34. Get us up to 40 likes. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to Zair's channel as well. Zair Talks. We're gonna add the link into the title. Go on.
No, but I was gonna say, weirdly enough, like, I think Jess said it. Like, I see them winning La Liga more than I see them winning Champions League.
Okay. I hear that. Well, you lot, them or Barca gotta do the business, so an English team don't win it.
Wait, you don't want no English team winning it?
No. No, I'm saying so. Bayern Munich, PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Dortmund, whoever else, man.
So PSG done you a huge favor last season.
I hold PSG in high. They kind of messed up with the Club World Cup, but I hold them in high regard because they ran the English gauntlet last season and did what needed to be done.
Yeah,
and saved us all. They saved us all. Yeah,
Aston
man. Aston Villa, Arsenal, Liverpool. Hey, they saved us all, man. They saved us all.
Hey, don't worry. Follow us. We got something for them once Frank is gone. We got something. Once he's gone, we got something for all of them.
By the way, PSG is gonna beat Tottenham again, bro, and he'll do you more.
They will. And this time, it's not gonna be some 2-2 draw nonsense. But but all I'm saying is, just for the pure chaos, Spurs put in the Champions League. Who doesn't want to see that?
I'm for it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm for it.
For the pure chaos.
Just for the chaos.
You think like I saw people saying after yesterday's game, Arsenal's game yesterday, saying how we can't let these guys win the league. Imagine them do not do anything and we win the Champions League. Shit, forget even just them. Whole London is gonna be
the Champions League.
Oh, bro. I'm telling you, these guys lost their head. These guys lost their head for us just winning the Europa League. Imagine the Champions League.
Bro, if you do win it though, I beg it's not beating us, bro, because we already gave Chelsea their first Champions League. Like I'm not trying to do this shit again, bro.
Yeah. You know,
obviously, I don't think
I'm not trying to do this again.
obviously, I don't think we win the Champions League at all. But if there's like a surprise, if there's like a surprise winner, bro, let it be us. Because I'm telling you, football is change. Football would ever change on that day.
Bro, if that happens, they will start disrespecting Champions League. I guarantee you, bro. English fans are that dumb.
Bro, I mean, shit. After what they did against the Europa League, bro, they would definitely say, the Champions League is just a Mickey Mouse competition.
Yeah, big years.
Whoa. Say that again. What did you say? Say that again.
No. I was saying. People would probably say if Spurs ever went to Champions League, people would probably call the Champions League a Mickey Mouse competition.
Premier League is the best thing since sliced bread and some shit like that.
They would, 100%. They would. People would definitely
this how much people hate us, which is crazy.
Yeah, people do. Like I said, one thing about content creating, I've said this before, I'll say this again. Didn't realize how despised Spurs was until I got into this space. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Because I don't know Spurs fans like that. Yes, I know Arsenal despise them, but the Chelsea Spurs thing I didn't know was like that. And I did, but I didn't know it was like that. Yeah.
Well, you know what it is with Spurs? Like the problem with Spurs is like they don't win, but some portion of their fans, not all, chat. That's the problem.
Nah, but you know what the issue is? Is that it's because funny enough, there was a period where Spurs was actually quite successful. Not obviously massively successful compared to like Man United, Liverpool, etc. But Spurs was winning European trophies. They were winning league titles and cups on a regular. And there was a time where I remember like this is where even how the Chelsea rivalry even started to begin with. This is where all these rivalries come from. Obviously, what Spurs is now compared to years ago is obviously completely different. But this is where it all started.
Yeah. They would say it's the worst Champions League ever and make excuses for every win.
This is what they said when we beat United. This is what they said.
I'd go to the parade just for the shits and giggles, man.
I've seen people say, people try to discredit our Europa League so bad where people said the UEFA made sure that United, bro, or if I've seen people trying to discredit our Europa League so much where they said UEFA was trying to make the most money in the Europa League by just getting Spurs and United to the final. You know we had to go and beat some of these teams. And did you guys know? You guys said we wasn't gonna get to the final. Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like we are actually for no reason actually like I've never seen a club that doesn't win as much as we don't win at all. Get hate. We don't do anything. It's crazy.
It's mad funny. Yes, Brian. Blessings, big up. All right, we'll go to Lex the first and foremost.
By the way, I'm a cut. I'll see you in the NBA shoot.
Blessings, man. Yeah, man. I'll be over there soon. Definitely.
Big up Lex and big up Brian.
Blessings, Jez, every single time. Go back to winning ways. Lex, thoughts on the dub.
You see me that tell you, fucking hell. Whenever they expect the 4-4-2 was shit. Because the reason why I did try to get a similar formation outside of the within a 4-2-3-1 perspective was because I never think he would have changed it. And change it to a 4-4-2, blood. You know what I mean? And I guess made some adjustments to the play style, and at least I know we don't have a Ten Hag on our hands now, innit?
There you go.
That was essentially the that was the worry, innit? So let's see what happens from now on. It's a win, back to winning ways. Let's see if we stay back to winning ways, and it does really matter though. Because Arsenal's going to win the Champions League and the Premier League. So.
You on foolishness, man. All right, man. Okay. Yeah.
Prime, am I lying? Arsenal are going to win the Premier League and the Champions League, right?
This guy go fall.
It doesn't matter if Liverpool wins a game.
Sorry, what did you say?
Man said Arsenal wins Champions League. I'm dead.
Yes. Hey, don't ruin the clip, bro. What did you say, Lex?
Hey.
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
Arsenal are going to win the Champions League and the Premier League, right?
No.
Yeah,
I
man.
have Arsenal getting to the final and losing.
Well, I have them winning it all.
I
But
don't.
overall, you happy? You happy with your win, Lex, and getting back to winning ways? And are you more like, because you can win and all the red flags and everything's still there? Has this convinced you about the red flags to some form of extent?
Well, there's still one red flag in that Mo Salah still don't pass it to people for tap-ins, innit? But that's
Yo, Prime, what are you saying? Obviously, you lot put 5 past Ajax. Thoughts?
It's Ajax.
They played a 41-year-old goalkeeper, though. I'm a little annoyed we didn't get more goals.
Okay.
I wanted as close to double digits as possible. Should have kept the clean sheet, but Tosin did stupidness. Whatever. Is what it is. All of our forwards pretty much got some sort of GA, which they should be against this type of Ajax side. So whatever. Is what it is. We move on. We play Sunderland at the weekend. So what it is. Oh, what, Flores? You thought I'd be like certain London clubs and get gassed about a big scoreline in the Champions League? No, bro.
No, I didn't watch the game at all, so I just wanted your thoughts.
I know how the Champions League works. It doesn't matter if you beat a big team now. It's once you get to knockout stages, can you do it? So
to be fair, that's true. Yeah.
But,
That's not true, Prime.
what do you mean?
If you win against a big team in the group stages, it means you're going to win the Champions League.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Really? No.
Hey, people, you don't see the title. You don't see the title of the channel. You don't know what it is. Sorry, go on.
I'll be real. Like, if we're talking about Arsenal's team, can they do it? Yeah. But I've also been saying for
look at the first word in the title, people of the channel. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, go on as you were.
I did. I mean, yeah, flawless. But yeah, well,
no,
I've been saying for like 2 years. Okay, I've been saying for like 2 years that Arsenal team is good enough to win a major. I don't trust Arteta.
Yeah, facts. I agree with that.
And that's not me saying like I'm not going to go as far as other people that be like Arteta is a shit manager and stuff. I think he's a very good coach, but you just can't cross the line, and that happens. There was a point where Brendan Rodgers was a very good coach when he was at Swansea before he went to Liverpool, and when he even the beginning at Liverpool, very good. Just wasn't able to cross the line and win the Prem. It happens, and it's okay. Some players will never be world class; they'll just be good players or very good players, and that is okay. It's okay to know.
No. Saka is world class though.
I didn't mention Saka. I mentioned Saka.
You got a fresh lineup and you ready, yo? I got the fresh lineup. T15, you ready for tonight? You ready?
Let's win one game and he's back, bro. Bears, welcome, bro. Even this.
Huh? What? What you said?
So you win one game and now Arsenal win the Champions League. You're scared of Arsenal?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Hold on, Flawless. Put him on full screen. Can you say you're scared? I am scared of Arsenal. Say that. Say that.
I'm terrified. I'm terrified of Arsenal.
Okay. And would you say this in the crossover in November with Tony? Would you say that?
I'm not doing a crossover with Tony.
By the way, this guy false information. There's no crossovers in November, by the way.
I didn't say there's crossovers. I didn't say plural. I said one.
Nah, there's zero crossovers in November.
No, Tony.
None of international break.
I can send Tony the link and then you can say it now.
Yeah, shout out Tony every single time, man. Joe, where's on this? Andy Kazir, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on Luis Diaz so far?
Hit and miss. Genuine definition of Luis Diaz. One game you'll see amazing performance. Another game you'll see utter shattering stinker and hook performance. Another game you'll see decent. Another game you'll see.
He was our best forward this year. What are you talking about?
This guy's doing it. No, but today, you know what? To be fair though, today he actually balled out, and he scored a good goal too.
Yeah, amazing.
Lex, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think Gabriel's better than Van Dijk?
Oh, 100%.
I have another question for you.
100% Prime.
I have another question for you, and this is a serious question, by the way. So don't laugh. Don't be rude. Don't laugh. Do you think that Declan Rice can quite easily overtake Gerrard's legacy? Do you agree with that?
Prime. Prime.
Hey, you open
That's a little bit too far.
No, but that
open this door to this guy, and this guy, he's the worst for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Remember who you're talking to, you know.
Answer the question.
Huh? What?
Answer the question.
Very fair, he is.
Oh,
what was the question?
Wait, hold on. Did I lag? You didn't hear me? Okay, I'll repeat myself.
Your internet connection, not working so well.
Lex, do you?
Why
are you guys laughing?
Prime, hello, Prime.
Lex, do you
I can't hear you.
Do you agree that Declan Rice can quite easily overtake Steven Gerrard's legacy?
Still can't hear you.
Oh, Zir, can you tell him what I said? Because I do need an answer.
I first of all, I will not be hearing that question.
Can you repeat the question? Wait, Prem, can you please repeat the question so I can ask?
Do you think that Declan Rice at Arsenal can quite easily overtake Steven Gerrard's legacy? Yes or no?
All right, Lex.
And why? We need a reason.
All right, Lex, do you think Declan Rice can overtake Gerrard's legacy, and why?
Quite easily. You have to say quite easily.
Quite easily as well. Do you think it's going to be an easy clean sweep in taking over the legacy?
Gerard Moreno?
No, Steven Gerrard.
No, Steven Gerrard.
Ooh, hello? What?
PG.
Yeah, what's wrong with your connect? I think my internet.
No. That connection's all good, brother.
Okay.
You want me to repeat the question?
Pops is in the chat. Pops, can you answer the question? Listen, I get it. Lex is scared to answer it because he knows the truth. That's fine. But
well,
Pops,
we all know Gerrard's better than Lampard and Scholes. So
yeah, but we're not talking about Lampard and Scholes. We're talking about Declan Rice.
Well, if he can surpass Gerrard, he'll definitely surpass Lampard and Scholes.
How about this? Do you want me to give you the reasons people have made the argument why Declan Rice will very easily overtake Gerrard's legacy?
The reasons?
The arguments. Yeah, the arguments people make.
Oh, so this is so that's an actual.
Oh yes, it was an actual thing. It was an actual thing that was talked about during the international break. Yes. You think I just made this up?
But it's the international break. You can't pay attention to that.
No, but it's still interesting. So I want to know your answer to this. So the discussions that were made was Rice will win Champions Leagues, plural. He'll win Premier Leagues, plural. He'll win an international trophy with England, and he'll play a key part in Arsenal and England winning trophies. And that Gerrard didn't win many trophies, barring a Champions League. So, and like Carabaos and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically the argument that was made. So again, Lex, I need an answer.
Well, last I checked, this was my mouth, and I answer whatever the fuck I want.
You're scared. I get it, man. You're shook. I get it.
All right, man. Okay, people. Anyways, you lot, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Zay, shout out your channel. Let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up, rest of the week content over there as well.
Zay Talks. I mean, as far as tomorrow, I mean, it's just European heavyweight show. I gather like all European clubs, fan bases, and we just it's kind of like those Ahwa shows and that, but with European clubs. You know what I mean? And then from there, it's just moving on to Al Hilal and Bayern games and other shows that I do with other fans of other clubs. Like I do one with Yunus, Barca fan. I do one with Sam Madrid fan. One with Footy Reacts, Liverpool fan, etc. Like that's pretty much it. And some wrestling content too, if anyone's interested as well.
There you go, people. Make sure you head over to Zay's channel, Bayern Conversation, European Heavyweight Conversation, Premier League Conversation, WWE over there, etc., etc. So head over, Zay Talk, links in the title. Make sure you subscribe to Lex's channel as well. Links underneath, also in the description, also on the featured channel page as well. But the content's not stopping, people. The content ain't stopping. We're going to be heading over to the Sarcasm City TV Extra YouTube channel. Watch along, people. Dallas Mavericks versus no, it ain't the Dallas Mavericks. Tell a lie. That's the game afterwards. It is the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Memphis Grizzlies. That is the game that is currently going on. I believe it's tipped off already. Let me double check that right now as we speak. Zion should be out there, hopefully. Zion should be out there, hopefully, as well as Ja as well, people. But we're gonna be heading over there, over onto the Sarcasm City TV Extra YouTube channel, people. So we're gonna be heading over there right now. It's gonna redirect and send you over there. And don't forget, also on top of that, this show, all the other shows on the channel are available on all audio platforms as well: Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc. Literally be live in 2 minutes. This has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.